Alright, this is Ubaid on behalf of Electronics, and in this video, we'll be talking about probabilities, as well as some of the terms relevant to probabilities. Alright, now when it comes to probabilities has to do with how likely is an event going to occur. Okay, so this has to do with the likelihood of an event occurring. Alright, so probability is how likely an event is going to occur. Okay, will happen. All right, now there are certain terms that we need to be aware of when it comes to probabilities, and one of them has to do with experiment. Okay, so what is an experiment, you may ask? So an experiment is basically investigation under controlled conditions. Okay, so when you go to your chemistry class, okay, and let's say you're experimenting with a chemical, you mix up elements to come up with a certain chemical. That would be an experiment, okay, because the investigation, okay, to figure out if your hypothesis was correct or incorrect, to see if the observation was relevant to the hypothesis that you made, to the inference, to the educated guess that you made, was under controlled conditions, right? You were probably wearing your safety goggles, okay, your safety equipment, you had your safety equipment on. It was in an enclosure, such as a room, your chemistry class, as a result of which it was under controlled conditions. Okay, the elements were taken in proportion to make sure um, the reaction would be under control. Okay, as a result of which the experiment or the investigation was under controlled conditions. So this is planned operation, or investigation under control condition, or investigation under control condition. Under controlled condition. All right. So that is an experiment. Now, the other term that we need to be aware of is chance experiment. So this is chance experiment. Now, chance experiment has to do with leaving the results, okay, up to chances. Okay, so you're leaving a result, leaving results up to chances. Okay, just like it's tough to manipulate weather, okay, or stock markets, for example. Okay, if you talk about chances, okay, a lot of experiments are left to chances, right? If you mix up two elements, okay, to what extent is your chemical going to be strong? Okay, that would be something that you leave up to chances. Okay, that's if It's an experiment that is relevant to a chance experiment. Okay, in real life, if you attempt something, that attempt may be made based on the probability of something happening or not. Okay, that's leaving something up to chances, leaving the results up to chances. So this is leaving your results up to chances. Now, second term that we want to know when it comes to probabilities is outcome. Now, your outcome is sort of like your observation. So this is what you observed when it comes to your experiment. So this is the result of an experiment. Okay, so when you mixed two elements to make a chemical, okay, whatever result you had in the test tube, okay, whatever result you got in the test tube, okay, that is your outcome. So result of the experiment, of the experiment. This is the experiment. All right, and another one is sample space. So this is sample space over here. Now, when it comes to sample space, this is set of all possible outcomes, experiments or range of outcomes. Set of all possible outcomes, possible outcomes or range of outcomes. All right, so this is range of outcomes. Now, apart from those, okay, you also have to understand that when it comes to probabilities, each outcome is equally likely to occur. Okay, so say for example, if you were to toss a dice, okay, let's say in a game or a competition, okay, or sports, okay, what's going to end up happening is you will have equal chances of landing either one of the six sides, okay, or six faces of the dice. Okay, if you toss a coin with heads and tails, you have an equal chance of landing either heads or tails. And this is where probabilities have their applications, okay, such as sports, right? You want to decide who's going to go first, okay, or a board game, for example, when it comes to playing um, Monopoly, okay, using your dice. All right, so that would be it when it comes to probabilities, as well as some of the terms relevant to probabilities. On behalf of Electronics, this is Ubaid. Have yourself a great day.